KREM 2 News is digging deeper into the story that we first brought you yesterday. Spokane Police Department's new guidelines on dealing with a surge in immigration arrests. In our effort to bring you more to every story, KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy sat down with the police chief one-on-one. Shannon?
Well, Spokane police officers got this training bulletin last week, and this morning, Police Chief Kevin Hall told me that these new guidelines come directly from fears and concerns from community members regarding increased ICE activity. Spokane's police department is adapting to a changing law enforcement environment, increasing federal ICE arrests, prompting a change in protocol for local officers under Chief Kevin Hall.
So what we did here is just provide sort of an outline, a framework for the officers in these types of incidents.
The new guidelines came after hearing fear and concern in community meetings.
A very legitimate question from the community is, how do we know who these folks are and what they're doing is legal?
SPD officers are now being trained to ask for a federal agent supervisor and request credentials when responding to calls about possible immigration enforcement.
This is very new, actually. This didn't exist prior to us creating it because what we're seeing right now didn't exist.
What they're seeing now, federal agents concealing their identities behind masks and generic police gear.
The tactics that we're seeing now, I haven't seen before, not here and certainly not in my previous city, Tucson. And the aggressiveness with which the tactics are being applied.
Chief Hall says even if some people perceive these federal actions as illegal, SPD cannot step in if the agents are legitimate. But he says they'll be there if that's ever in question.
We will respond to these calls if you're afraid, if you don't believe this is a legitimate action, if you don't believe that these are authentic federal agents, to call.
Now, Chief Hall tells me he has shared these new SPD guidelines with local immigration enforcement, and he says they've been supportive of this. KREM 2 News also reached out to Latinos in Spokane for their perspective or response to SPD's protocol. We haven't yet heard back. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.